I'm Brother Christopher John, and I belong to the Society of St Francis, the Anglican Franciscan Brothers, and I'm here at the Hermitage of St Bernardine, Stroud, and we form a small community here. As Franciscans, prayer is part of our life. Another part of our life is active ministry and engagement with people, but here at the Hermitage, it's being here in this place, and the life of prayer is aided by the beautiful environment all around us.
Our local priest, Father Martin of St John's at Stroud, has called this the Assisi of the South, which is a lovely way to describe the traditional mud brick establishment. The Old Monastery here, and next door the Hermitage for the Brothers. This has been in existence for 40 years, the beautiful chapel you see behind me, all constructed in mud bricks by local volunteer muddies. Simplicity is part of the whole Franciscan ethic, the whole Franciscan tradition, which we try to keep alive here.
For Franciscans, of course, Francis of Assisi, who lived 800 years ago in Italy, was a person who had an intuitive understanding of nature, and he could see that everything was connected. And he put this in terms of being brothers and sisters with everything in creation, because we are created by the same God. Then we as Anglican Franciscans were founded about 100 years ago in response to various social needs, but again people look back to the example of Francis as an example of simple life, of Christ-likeness, and of someone who just lived the gospel and in the way he lived and cared for people. This is our place for prayer, but it's also a place for hospitality, and for Franciscans that means to share our life with others, to make available what we've got. It's not ours to hold on to, and so we have the committee that manages the Old Monastery. They've just been meeting here today. We offer hospitality to people, so guests come, people come and stay here for not only their own quiet and retreat, but also to be with a group of people who are praying. The corner of the community room we can see there, and then all the accommodation wing is further over into the north of the building.
We rent it out for retreats, yoga retreats, meditation retreats, drumming workshops, sewing bees, all sorts of wonderful groups of people come here. And the things that they write in the visitors book, they talk about peaceful, calm, serene, restful, healing, rejuvenating, solace for the soul, life-changing. Now, these are all the things that Sister Angela hoped that it would provide. That was 40 years ago when this beautiful chapel behind me was built and the monastery around me. And for the last 20 years, since the nuns finally left, it's been enjoyed by people from all walks of life. There's a wonderful large space called the Ganya Chiara, which can be used by big yoga groups or singing groups, and that was built in the late 90s. And that has a commercial kitchen attached to it, which is very useful for big groups. Down here in the Old Monastery is for smaller retreats, and that has its own kitchen as well, and its own traditional refectory dining room. There are single rooms, double rooms, clean, simple bathrooms. It's for people that like the simple life. This beautiful bushland around me is absolutely brimming with songbirds, beautiful wallabies, small koala colony. There are lily ponds, there are frogs. It's an absolute nature lover's paradise for walking and refreshing the soul.
The sisters came on a journey, really. You know, they came out from England by ship. They didn't know what they would be getting. A couple of them did know Australia, but they really had no idea of how to live their life here. And so they, in their time here, gradually evolved in their understanding of it, of what it is. And I think for us here too, the brothers who are remaining, our understanding of what it is to be in this house of prayer is gradually evolving too, as particular interests come to us or focuses. As the concerns of the world come, I know we're filming this right in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic, and this is a beautiful place to be, but with the incredible privilege that comes with that, I think is also the responsibility for us to be praying for those in need around the world, for those who can't get out into nature, for those who are struggling to survive, for those who are fearful of going out into the streets, for those who are frightened every time they see another person come too close to them. You know, those are the people we are praying for here every day. Sister Angela was a great inspiration and had ideas, and there were other sisters who were equally instrumental in getting the buildings up, and they were the ones who kept on with the regular life of prayer, of cooking, of hospitality, of managing the finances, of doing everything else that was necessary. And for me, it showed that a kind of a creative spark also needs a lot of things to ground it into a practical program. And so the sisters had that back at that stage when all of these buildings were put up.
The sisters who built this place really wanted it to be shared, wanted visitors to come and enjoy the beautiful nature and peacefulness that is available here to share. And we're keeping this message still alive. Come and share it. It's just a beautiful place and very, very unusual in modern Australia.